Hello, hi everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Here in this video, we are going to see the entire information regarding the Jenkins, how to manage with respect to system configuration, security, and status information, troubleshooting, as well as tools and actions. We are going to cover everything, mostly we can say end to end, to achieve security as well as to understand how the configuration works in Jenkins. This video definitely helpful for you to get some clear understanding on Jenkins. If you are in a DevOps or cloud domain or interested into that, then definitely do watch the video till end. And without further ado, let's enter into the video. First of all, let's discuss about system configuration. Jenkins provides a robust system configuration panel to manage global settings and fine-tune its functionality. Global settings in the sense, let's say if you created one pipeline, if you configure any settings within this pipeline job, then it will be limited to that particular job only, that particular pipeline only, not specific to job. It is particular pipeline. If you set globally, then it will apply to entire, like whatever the pipeline is there. Whatever we are seeing the sessions here, these are the dedicated sessions, like options within the Jenkins dashboard. Let's go one by one. Global tool configuration. Within the system configuration, there is a global tool configuration. Jenkins requires several tools to build and deploy a project. The global tool configuration sessions will allow the administrators to configure the path or to those particular tools, ensures they are available during the build execution. These are the mostly set up global tools, Java development kit, Git, Maven, Gradle, Node.js for building purpose. And we can set up whatever the applications we need. And manage plugins. In this option, especially Jenkins relies on plugins to extend its capabilities. The Maven, to manage the plugin sessions, it allows users to install new plugins, update the installed plugins, uninstall the unused plugins, restart after installation. These are the options within the manage plugins. We know Jenkins has a 1800 plus plugins, and it provides a vast variety of tools and services to integrate within it. Third one was configure system. In this particular section, this allows configuring systems wide range settings such as global enrollment variables. In global enrollment variables, we can define a reusable variables accessible across all jobs. Email notification settings, there is a SNTP protocols where we can set up your notification alerts. Jenkins URL, set the base URL to ensure links in the email and API calls the function correctly. Build executor settings. It will adjust the number of current jobs Jenkins can run. Based upon the system storage, we can increase this particular build executors also. Based upon the executor count, it will run the parallel jobs, number of parallel jobs like that. And also there is a node count also. I will discuss about that also. Yeah, as I said, next one was nodes and clouds. Jenkins supports the distributed builds to leverage agent nodes. The nodes and clouds session allows administrators to add and manage agents. This particular adding and managing agents will scale Jenkins by adding a remote worker nodes to distribute workloads. It will define labels. It will assign labels to nodes to run a specific jobs on designed missions. It will set up a cloud agents that will integrate with cloud providers, especially major cloud providers, AWS, Azure, and GCP for auto scaling build enrollments. And the second component was security. In the security, there is a different things like authentication, like that. Let's go one by one. In security, Jenkins is very crucial to prevent unauthorized access and maintaining system integrity. First one was authentication. Authentication verifies the identity of user accessing Jenkins. Options that include was built-in user database that will manage the users directly within the Jenkins, and LDAP integration. LDAP integration that will connect to an enterprise LDAP directory for centralized user management. LDAP is nothing but there is some active directory where let's say if organization is distributed different locations, one LDAP user is allocated for different locations. Let's say one in Mumbai, one in Chennai, one in Bangalore. Likewise, the LDAP users is allocated for different locations, and with the help of LDAP credentials, they can access the centralized Jenkins server. Okay, if the Jenkins server, if you are not able to access that particular server, then you have to check whether the LDAP user is having a proper credentials without expiration, and you need to cross check many things. Okay, and Active Directory. As I was talking, authenticate the users by using a Microsoft Active Directory. There is a dedicated service provided offered by the Microsoft. And SSO, we all know it is a single sign-on. It is all, these all are for authentication purpose. Single sign-on will integrate with external authentication providers for seamless actions. And the second one was authorization. Authentication is like who can access, and authorization-wise, like what can access. Authorization controls the user permissions, and Jenkins provides multiple strategies. These are some different strategies. Metrics-based security. In this particular metrics-based security, granular access control by accessing permissions to specific users or groups. Role-based access control, RBAC we can say. In this, they will define the custom rules and assign those to the specific users. Project-based authorization, it will restrict the access to the job levels. And receipt approvals, it will approve or deny based upon the requirement, the execution of unsafe Groovy scripts. And the third one was security settings. In security settings, in Jenkins, the security settings offers a various settings within that to safeguard its environment. First one was it will enable say HTTP. We all know HTTP is a hypertext transfer protocol securely. It will secure the communication between the users as well as the Jenkins. It will. Second one was restrict API tokens. Ensures the API access is limited to authorized users. Disable unsafe features. It will turn off unsafe protocols like CLI, command line interface over remoting. Configure security headers. It will prevent attacks like cross-site scripting, that is XSS, and clickjacking. That will cover in security settings. And the fourth one was audit and logging. Monitoring users' activity helps to tracking the changes and detecting the security threats. These are the major pointers. Audit trail plugin. It will logs all the user actions. System logs. It will provide a real-time logging of Jenkins events. User activity reports. It will track login attempts and configuration changes. And the third component was status information. Monitoring Jenkins health and performance is essential to ensure smooth operations. These are some pointers in status information. One of the metric was system log, where it includes, we can view the real-time logs via manage Jenkins. If you go to the Jenkins dashboard, there is a manage Jenkins option on the left side. Just manage Jenkins and go to the system logs and detect warnings and errors. This like whatever the impact system performance, that will detect in this particular thing. Filter logs by component or quickly identifying issues. And the second one was load statistics. Monitoring build queues to check job execution delays. Definitely. And analyze executor usage to determine system load and resource collaboration. It will analyze the executor issues based upon the system load and resource allocation. It will identify the bottlenecks by tracking job runtimes and pending jobs. And the third metric was disk usage. In this especially, it will check the space occupied by the builds to prevent the storage issues in future. It will analyze the network usage, workspace usage to manage the large build artifacts. It will set up the automatic cleanup policies for old builds and logs. Coming to the fourth one, it is system information. It will get a view of detailed system settings via Java version, OS details, and memory allocation. Identify resource constraints. They make require additional hardware or tuning, and check the environment variables to troubleshoot configuration issues. And the fourth thing was and the fourth component was troubleshooting. Effective troubleshooting helps to diagnosing and resolving the issues efficiently. These are some pointers in it. Common issues and fixes. Jenkins is slowing down. This is like real scenario considerations. Whenever Jenkins is slow down, optimize plugins, clear old logs, increase JVM memory, and build failures. If build was failing, check the console output, what exactly the error message, verify the dependencies, is that having a particular necessary dependencies, and validate workspace integrity, how it was integrated, just validate it. Job stuck in queue. In this case, you can ensure the agents are online and not overloaded. Based on the agents, it will perform the task. And failed plugin installations. In this case, you can check plugin compatibility, whether is that compatible with that current version, and manually you can install via CLI if necessary. And the second thing was logs and diagnostics. Here in system logs, it will provide live insights into the Jenkins behavior. In Jenkins home logs, the path was the default path. It is where log jenkins.log, and there in that jenkins.log file, it will store a past log for debugging purpose, and thread dumps, JStack we can say, and it will diagnose the performance bottlenecks. And the third component was backup and restore. It is very much important when you work in production. Periodic backups, that will automate the backups of Jenkins configurations, especially jobs and plugins. Thin backup plugin. This is one of the backup method where there is a schedule and manage incremental backups. Restore from backup. You can recover from accidental data loss or corruptions. That is the major advantage for backups. And the final component was tools and actions. Jenkins provides various tools and actions to manage different jobs and configurations and maintenances. The first one was CLI, command line interface. What we can exactly do in this was we can execute commands remotely using Java-jar Jenkins CLI.jar. We can manage jobs, nodes, as well as manage security settings also from terminal itself. And we can also automate administrative tasks using the shell scripts from terminal itself. Within the Jenkins dashboard, you can see this particular terminal. And script console. Here you can run Groovy scripts to modify Jenkins configurations based upon our requirements and tasks we need to achieve. We can automate the repetitive tasks like batch job creation and access and modify the system properties dynamically. While running the job itself, you can access and modify the system properties dynamically. And web API. It will interact with Jenkins programmatically via REST API. It will trigger your builds and fetch the job status, and it will configure the settings using the same API requests, and it will ensure the API usage with authentication tokens. And the next component was managing Jenkins agents. Let's say you can add new agents. It will distribute the build workloads based upon the number of agents, and use labels to categorize agents for specific job types. You can configure the SSH or JNLP based agent communication. And the final component was maintenance tasks. Let's say if you wanted to clean up old builds using a build discarder policies, we can clean up old builds by using a build discarder policies. We can schedule automatic restarts for performance improvement, and we can regularly update the Jenkins and plugins to improve vulnerabilities. And finally, the conclusion was managing Jenkins effectively requires a configuring system settings, enforcing security, monitoring health, troubleshooting issues, and utilizing tools for automation. These are the following best practices to ensure scalable and efficient CI/CD deployment. I think if you have already working experience or somewhat knowledge on Jenkins, how the pipeline flows works, this is some added advantage, some knowledge for them. If you are someone new to the Jenkins, haven't seen that Jenkins dashboard yet, then it might be somewhat some annoying for you. But definitely it will be a helpful whenever you are going to visit or going to work in future with Jenkins dashboard and all those things. It is like some mandate data everyone should know, and I will provide this particular material in the description. I found this in the LinkedIn. I will paste that directly. Okay, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much for watching the video.